Hi, my name is Richard Martinez. I am from UC Irvine. I'm presenting the paper Engaging Recently Incarcerated and Gang-Affiliated Black and Latino youth in designing social co-located applications for mixed reality smart glasses through community-based participatory design workshops. This work was done in collaboration with the Homeboy Art Academy. Throughout this presentation, I will use the term system impacted and recently incarcerated interchangeably. The term system impacted refers to youth and emerging adults who have been affected by the judicial system, either through incarceration or by dealing with the social and economic ramifications of incarceration. When we examine traditional design or research engagements within emerging technology domains, the process of innovation is typically afforded to the privileged who have overwhelmingly been white, educated, and male. Design processes that incorporate community input typically engage with said community only until after problem spaces or designs have been determined. The perspectives of Black and Latino youth communities are largely left out of speculative and emerging technology design. This is especially true for recently incarcerated and gang-affiliated youth who are rarely, if ever, viewed as subject matter experts. So we asked, who gets to innovate? Within the HCI community, this population in particular has primarily been the subject of studies seeking to enhance predictive policing models or are portrayed as something to catch. We know that biases are being baked into the designs of technology we use every day. Ruha Benjamin writes, bias enters through the back door of design optimization in which the humans who create the algorithms are hidden from view. We risk further marginalization in digital landscapes by not accounting for these realities, integrating these groups' lived experiences and perspectives, and by not elevating these communities' tacit knowledge and expertise. We examine the emerging technology domain of mixed reality while focusing on building applications that enhance face-to-face interactions with the aim to move beyond enablement. We design our workshops with an eye towards always-on, ubiquitous, and fashionable AI-powered smart glasses. We believe the multimodality and ubiquitous nature of these systems presents a unique opportunity to interject community-defined values, unique ways of knowing, and tacit knowledge systems early and often. In this work, we use community-based participatory design and design-based implementation research frameworks to co-design social co-located experiences for MR or mixed reality smart glass technologies. Within this scope of this technological domain, we sought to better understand how to center lived experiences and define community values. Further, we sought to empower and include youth within speculative emerging technology design while understanding how students situated their lived experiences into ideations and artifacts. So we asked the following research questions. How can we empower youth to design for mixed reality smart glass devices while examining socially co-located interactions? How do you situate their lived experiences, values, and attitudes when designing for social co-location in mixed reality? And how do youth conceptualize the use of mixed reality smart glasses for various social contexts into designs, explanations, and artifacts? We work closely with the Homeboy Art Academy, a trauma-informed art center that serves under the umbrella of Homeboy Industries. Homeboy Industries provides wraparound services such as tattoo removal and mental health counseling and employs individuals through various social services such as the Homeboy Bakery and the Homegrown Cafe. By providing access to cultural arts programming, transmitting cultural knowledge, and fostering safe spaces, the Art Academy facilitates identity exploration and transformation of past trauma among participants while exposing them to creative economy skill sets with an eye for future implementation of technology skills curriculum. The Art Academy is currently located in a territory occupied by multiple rival gangs and therefore is directly involved in attempting to intervene as an alternative space for gang-affiliated youth. Researchers have used Community-based participatory design to engage Black older adults to envision equitable health outcomes, to build equitable mental health tools for teenage Latinas, and have convened workshops to discuss engaging with Indigenous communities, to build AI tools to preserve languages and discuss privacy concerns. Unlike traditional participatory design methods, community-based engagements seek to center participants as collaborators for political and local change. Similarly, design-based implementation research uses educational and social action elements to align research outcomes localized to a particular set of challenges and needs within the community, which may include educational needs. We use design-based implementation research to create meaningful and lasting engagements to programs and or processes within the Art Academy. And this was a direct want from the community and not an initiative proposed and imposed upon. So in our work, we held 7 co-design workshops over the span of 4 months. And since our work is positioned within an active community center, we like to highlight that there was a revolving participation from participants. We did not shy away from including new students as they joined the Art Academy or visited the facilities. We in fact welcomed it. Our workshop activities focused on understanding underlying social norms, life perspectives, conceptualizations rather than concrete implementations of socially collocated mixed reality applications. In addition to these goals, we sought to teach new design and technology concepts related to mixed reality. We leverage principles from the Universal Design for Learning frameworks and integrated methods to enable multiple means of action and expression to maximize opportunities for participants to voice themselves and be engaged throughout all workshop sessions. Here we see a couple of examples of artifacts from our research engagements. We now highlight findings from our engagements. So, the following design ideas were generated and iterated upon by various participants. The Hello Hi experience, which showcases real-time contextual informations to 2 strangers. The My Tattoo experience, which scans individuals' tattoos and reveals an artwork's meaning to a third party. The Mom Me application, which is a concept for facilitating familial bonding through the use of biosignals, games, and past photos and media. The Dead Homies application, which is applications that let users interact with digital avatars of their deceased loved ones with another person. And the Paint Academy application, which facilitates collaborative art education in communal environments. So we learned that while mixed reality technology can enhance social interactions, the participants had mixed feelings about how the personal data might be used. They worried that authorities like law enforcement or private companies could misuse their data. Participants' design concepts often involved using their bodies in ways that reflected their real life experiences, even if they didn't explicitly intend that. These participants believe that major technology companies, media firms, and the government already collected, stored, and shared people's personal intimate data without their consent. So naturally, they assumed their data were already claimed as property by these powerful institutions and systems. They felt a lack of control and ownership over their own personal information and identities in the digital realm. One participant states, it's easy to ignore, and if I notice it, trying to help me, I'm going to push it away. I don't want it knowing my feelings. You will have to worry about what the metaverse has to say about your info. Social media influences people in too many negative ways. Further, on a high level, participants describe the need for co-located mixed reality applications to permit greater autonomy in generating personal self-discoveries. The social reality of participant status as gang-affiliated or system-impacted individuals drives application design inspiration, particularly concerning the Paint Academy and the My Tattoos design ideas. For example, one participant states, the app can deepen one another's understanding. People consistently ask about my tattoos and make negative assumptions. Of the most striking design ideas was the dead homie applications. Um, you notice that artifacts for collocated designs also revealed participants' desire to be emotionally seen and feel connected to their peers, family, or society. Participants frequently engage with potential design ideas that provided opportunities to authentically establish an emotional bond with others beyond superficial encounters. For example, the need for being seen was a crucial design element by the participants of the Dead Homies prototype. Youth utilized being seen as an embodied attribute to address loss and promote improved human to human connections through virtual agents to further their own agency, self expression, and empowerment. And another interesting finding was that participants naturally reflected on how their designs would affect their communities, peers, and family. They were not only concerned with how MR experiences would benefit them individually, but for others as well. They showed a high level of ecological thinking when designing for face to face scenarios. And for example, the participants with the mom me design idea reflected on how others can use the application to remediate negative emotions towards other people. It's important to note that this participant had recently been paroled, having just served a 10-year sentence. From these insights, we identify impact implications of community based methodologies and potential mixed reality design orientations. As with any engagements with community based organizations, you can have the perfect research plan, but things often do not pan out the way you expect them to. We had to make several adjustments to our approaches and be open in adapting on a week to week basis, or even by providing just in time interventions to empower our participants. We did not shy away from these moments where we had to completely deviate from planned activities. In fact, these moments were the most meaningful and often revealed deep histories and included stories about participants' personal experiences, sentiments, perceptions, and perceptions centered on the potential use of mixed reality within their personal narratives. For example, our participant revealed that both her brothers were murdered before the age of 18, and many of her tattoos pay homage to her brothers' lives. This narrative formed the basis for the My Tattoos design idea. Designing meaningful immersive experiences that integrate digital elements into the real physical world requires more than just focusing on the technological implementation and advancement of mixed reality systems. Acknowledging the embodied characteristics of intangible constructs of identity and social structures that shape people's lives is essential. Emotions, perceptions, race, class, and gender are all intangible, but genuinely impact how people experience, interact within the world. These intangible personal and social factors are embodied, shaping people's experiences in physical, visceral ways. Meaningful immersive experiences and designs must account for these intangible social realities that dictate people's behaviors, interactions, and how they inhabit our physical spaces. We would be irresponsible to engage with these youth about mixed reality's future and not try to provide a means to engage with the technology we designed for. In line with our commitment to responsible action, we applied for the Create with VR grant from Unity and Meta on behalf of the Arts Academy. The grant provided 20 Meta Quest 2 headsets and professional training in VR education through Unity. This initiative enabled the democratization of access to mixed reality technologies and created an avenue for creative expression with the technologies at the Art Academy. Through this research, we hope to illustrate narratives that don't typically get included in HCI literature, let alone into the conversation on emerging technology innovation in general. By casting light on the lived experiences and realities that those on the margins face, we hope to add to the discussion on technology design and expand the way we think about innovation. to force the conversation outside of the academic ivory and into the places where they matter most. Further, we aim to contrast typical technology design perspectives and to showcase worldviews of young people who have faced some of the harshest challenges life can throw at you. In doing so, and as Father Greg Boyle writes, so we can see beyond the confines of the things that limit our view and to broaden the parameters of our kinship. Thank you.